All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you all for showing up this morning to officially welcome back Kelly Krauskopf as President of Basketball Business Operations for the Indiana Fever.
Welcome back to the Buzzer Update. I hope today is going great for everyone. I have another thrilling and fascinating video for you today. You'll want to watch this one through to the very end if you're a true fan of Caitlyn Clark. Before we begin, please indicate that you are a member of the Buzzer Update Army by leaving a CC 100% remark below. I adore seeing all of the incredible Clark supporters in the comments. Let's get right into today's video without wasting any more time. Okay, no one could have imagined the sudden evolution of professional basketball. For months, everyone has been arguing about a single name. The most influential individual in the sport was secretly strategizing a more effective approach, while others focused on shooting percentages and statistics. In fact, Kelly Krauskopf's recent decision regarding Caitlyn Clark and Sophie Cunningham has shocked the league's front offices. The WNBA has had a slow growth attitude and a number of restrictions for a long time. However, that era ended when Kelly Krauskopf decided to see the league as the main force behind the WNBA's development rather than as a side project. This decision's harsh reality extends beyond marketing and jersey sales. Not everyone has been pleased with the new arrangement, which significantly restructures the game's governance. The abrupt change in focus feels like a slap in the face to the veterans who have spent decades creating this league. From a business standpoint, nevertheless, the figures are accurate. Kelly Krauskopf came to the conclusion that the Caitlyn Clark phenomenon was more than a passing trend. A high degree of security was necessary because it had the potential to be worth billions of dollars. The proposal was not merely a recommendation or a subtle barb at the leadership of the WNBA. This regulation altered the way the game was promoted, administered, and even transported. Kelly Krauskopf allowed the other participants to choose their place in this new global order by prioritizing tradition over huge financial gain. Everyone anticipated a learning curve when Caitlyn Clark made her professional debut on the court, but no one could have foreseen the degree of animosity that seemed to surround everything she did. Instead of being about rivalry, the welcome to the league festivities began to resemble deliberate violence. From blatant infractions like football tackles to shoulders in the center of the court. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel if you enjoy it. It may surprise you to learn that almost 84% of visitors have not yet subscribed. Even though it only takes a second and is free, it means the world to us. So, have you already subscribed? Fantastic. I sincerely appreciate your help. Let's return to the video now. Now, the league's management had to make a decision that would affect the sport for 10 years. Kelly Krauskopf apparently concluded that the let-them-play mindset was detrimental to business after seeing the best player in the league be knocked down game after game. Any veteran who attempted to act as an enforcer against the rookie sensation was effectively targeted by this awful judgment. Many players believe that the rules are being changed on the spot to protect one person, which causes a lot of dissension in the locker rooms. However, the ratings make it clear why this decision was made. 10 times as many people watch Caitlyn Clark's games as usual contests. Furthermore, the league cannot afford to let an unhappy veteran sit on the bench due to an injury using their golden ticket. The game's flow has been significantly altered by this protectionist strategy. It is now faster, more scoring, and more perimeter-focused. In the WNBA, Kelly Krauskopf has spent years perfecting that basketball style. During the basketball selection procedure, the tension reached a breaking point. The league is still not entirely forgiven by many fans for this episode. Initially, it seemed like a basketball choice that put her lower in the hierarchy than more experienced players. Industry insiders, however, have summed up a much more deliberate and severe reason for her termination. There were rumors that the league management, heavily influenced by WNBA experts, wanted her to remain at home. Why would they want their most talented celebrity to stay out of the global spotlight? The solutions are fatigue management and basic comprehensive control. The WNBA maintained exclusive access to Caitlyn Clark's tail and prevented her from burning out before the season's most lucrative stretch by keeping her in the United States. It was a well-considered bet that put the league's financial success ahead of the development of each player's international reputation. The league was astonished by this decision because it demonstrated the decision-makers' lack of concern for Caitlyn Clark's natural growth. To take advantage of the league's new multi-billion-dollar TV deal, they want to make the most of her time. Fans felt misled by the immediate fallout, but the commercial outcome was a rejuvenated, enthusiastic superstar who went back to the court and kept breaking all watching records. In relation to that TV contract, the size of a new $2 has drastically altered the power dynamics in the WNBA. $2 billion agreement. For a very long time, the WNBA was thought to be a league that frequently needed subsidies to break even. However, Kelly Krauskopf used the rookie statistics as the main bargaining chip with Disney, NBC, and Amazon during the height of the Caitlyn Clark effect. This decision was unpleasant since it reduced the internal leadership of the WNBA to a supporting position. Kelly Krauskopf took the initiative and persuaded everyone that the WNBA is now a significant component of the company's international media strategy. This entails a change from the league's previous niche sport environment, more national TV games, and higher quality production. The WNBA's corporate machine is now closely monitoring the league, even if the money infusion represents a boon for the players' future wages. Every technical foul, contentious tweet about, and altercation in the locker room is being given the same attention as a story about Steph Curry or LeBron James. The league has grown into a larger community. Kelly Krauskopf has declared unequivocally that the new professional standard is a crucial organizational asset, and that those who do not adopt it will lag behind. The increasing demand for charter flights across the league was one of the most obvious developments brought about by this new age. WNBA players had to put up with the harsh reality of commercial travel for years, including crammed center seats, lengthy security line waits, and delays. The league consistently cited the cost as a justification. However, Kelly Krauskopf and the board swiftly altered their views when security worries over Caitlyn Clark's enormous audiences started to make daily headlines. They effectively forced teams to improve their operations overnight by approving tens of millions of dollars for private travel. Because they were unprepared for such a large increase in overhead, the smaller market clubs suffered tremendously. Even though this was a significant victory for player health and safety, Kelly Krauskopf told The Globe, there were other factors taken into account when making this decision. It was a statement of intent. The WNBA is no longer a second-tier league. If the league wants to market itself as a top global brand, it must look the part, even if it means spending money they haven't yet earned. The spend it to make it strategy is a radical and dangerous break from the norm in women's sports, even if it is a typical Kelly Krauskopf tactic. But the most contentious aspect of this new path is its rapid growth objective. Kelly Krauskopf wants to grow the league, not merely maintain. Many are concerned about the dilution of skill as a result of the league's rapid expansion, with new clubs moving to Portland, Toronto, and Golden State. For current players, the harsh truth is that expansion drafts will soon destroy their teams, upsetting the league's competitive equilibrium. The urge to profit on the Caitlyn Clark era while it's still hot is directly related to this rapid growth. The league needs more jerseys to sell, more games, more markets, and more inventory. When Caitlyn Clark's jersey became the best-selling item in professional sports, the league was shocked to find that the methodical and steady expansion strategy had been abandoned. The current players are worried about what will be included in the next collective bargaining agreement because the corporation is growing more quickly than the union can keep up. The administration's handling of the alleged rivalry and jealousy storylines has also upset the league's internal culture. The WNBA used to emphasize togetherness and sisterhood, but Kelly Krauskopf's team has come to the conclusion that controversy sells. The league's conventional marketing strategy has drastically changed by capitalizing on the rivalry between Caitlyn Clark and other prominent rookies like Angel Reese. Instead of downplaying the controversy, the league is now emphasizing it in an attempt to increase social media interaction and ticket sales. There is a lot of internal conflict as a result of the WNBA's marketing division. Players feel they are being used as villains to further the hero story of the league's newest star, despite the obvious consequences. Kelly Krauskopf's risk on conflict-driven marketing is paying off in ways that no one could have imagined even 2 years ago, and the league has never seen this level of involvement. The commissioner's office has released a clear message as the most recent round of decisions comes to an end. The WNBA is no longer a project for development. The harsh realities of market value have supplanted the old standards of earning your stripes in this high-stakes industry. In just one season, Kelly Krauskopf's arrival has effectively forced the league to mature by 10 years. Furthermore, there are significant potential benefits despite the apparent growing pains. Every choice the league makes about Caitlyn Clark at this critical juncture affects the sport's future. There is no turning back. Today's tough choices are paving the way for a league that might have a cultural influence comparable to the WNBA, whether you like the current path or long for the days when society was more unified. That journey started with Kelly Krauskopf's decision to save her most important asset at all costs. Even though the league is stunned and the players are furious, the world is watching more than ever. Furthermore, it is the only indicator that really counts in the sports industry. These measures will have long-term benefits, particularly if the next generation of players views the WNBA as a viable and lucrative professional path rather than a pipe dream. The conflict between the younger generation and the old guard will persist for some time to come. If anything, as the stakes rise, the league's decision-making process will become even more rigorous. Now that Kelly Krauskopf has made her wagers, everyone in the basketball world needs to contribute. Whether the league can uphold its integrity while pursuing the ambitious objectives set before it is still up for debate. There's no denying that the WNBA of a year ago has given way to a brand new, fast-paced, highly dramatic, and incredibly profitable version of the sport. Today's shocking events in the league are probably only the start of a far larger shift that will transform women's sports around the world. Therefore, we wonder how far the commissioner will go to make sure that the Caitlyn Clark era never comes to an end. Locker room tantrums have been caused solely by the change in officiating. Imagine discovering overnight that breathing on the rookie fouls is now normal after 10 years of playing a physically demanding style of basketball. Kelly Krauskopf gave clear instructions. Defend the shooter. Caitlyn Clark was the impetus behind this, but it wasn't just about her. The league's administration came to the conclusion that casual spectators do not watch wrestling events. They watch for fast transitions and logo threes. Kelly Krauskopf was successful in pressuring the WNBA to embrace an offensive-friendly mindset by raising the alarm. Coaches who had built their entire defensive identity on aggression characterized this method as cruel. In just a few weeks, they had to abandon years of preparation. Referees who disregarded the new wide-open policy faced harsh scrutiny, just as shocking as the league's swift adoption of the new regulations. Those who adopted it, however, were given promotions to primetime positions. The players were suspicious as a result. They said that the league was biased in favor of its new star since they could not interact with Caitlyn Clark without raising the alarm. But the league saw it as a significant development. A player shouldn't be stuck in a clinch for 40 minutes if they can lift up from 40 feet. You want her to be free to post the highlights that become well-known on social media. Kelly Krauskopf is funding this viral economy. She is aware that the league's worth increases by several $1 million each time Caitlyn Clark makes a spectacular shot. However, the alienation of the league's defensive experts, who now feel like relics from a bygone era, is the price of that expansion. The WNBA was putting entertainment value ahead of basic basketball skills. This was viewed by many as the ultimate betrayal of the core values of the WNBA, according to the stolen internal documents. It was always about earning every basket and being tough. Some people now view it as a planned act intended to draw attention to a specific person. In contrast, the newcomers have no interest in the past. The show is important to them. They want to participate in the event. Kelly Krauskopf is attempting to make it as thrilling and polished as she can. The greatest defenders in the league are now terrified to carry out their duty because of this strange circumstance. They are aware that Caitlyn Clark's hard foul will lead to more than just a free throw. They will be portrayed as the antagonist in a week-long media cycle. Making difficult decisions involves psychological pressure. The league is using this kind of soft power to alter the product without actually altering the regulations. It has to do with the idea that the stars are untouchable. The WNBA didn't realize this for decades. It takes place in real time over the course of a single WNBA season, from the Jordan era to the LeBron James era. The system is absolutely shocking. Teams are reevaluating every component of scouting reports. Do you still attempt physical self-defense? Or is outscoring the adversary your only objective? The latter is increasingly the solution. The TV partners purposefully wanted this move toward high-scoring games. Kelly Krauskopf met their demand for a product that resembled the contemporary WNBA. This has important financial ramifications. The salary cap will eventually soar as revenue increases. In 5 years, the guys who are currently grumbling might land $20 million contracts. However, the change is unnerving now. The veterans' reputation and playing style are causing them pain. The league office is being urged to step aside for the new age since their attitude to this turmoil has been anything but polite. There are multiple unique lines made on the sand. The team led by Kelly Krauskopf has made it apparent that you can either support the new vision or obstruct it. The WNBA's front office and players used to work together considerably more. Self-defense? Top-owned management is new. A business rush has taken the place of that cooperative mindset. There is a belief that the league cannot afford to wander its little window of opportunity on sentimentality. This explains why Caitlyn Clark's choice was so unexpected. It marked the end of the WNBA as a league dominated by a small number of players and the beginning of the WNBA as a major force in international media. The world of basketball is feeling the effects of this change. The WNBA is becoming a more appealing choice for foreign athletes who want to follow in Caitlyn Clark's footsteps, and international leagues are paying attention. Caitlyn Clark is also experiencing a lot of stress. She is not merely a participant. She is the center of an entire industry. Every choice the league makes about her is closely examined for bias, and every move she takes is closely examined. Kelly Krauskopf has not wavered in the face of this. She is aware that history will ultimately evaluate this age based on its development rather than on the wounded sentiments of the players that came before it. Professional sports are a business first, a top-down game second, which is an uncomfortable fact. The WNBA is functioning like a high-stakes company for the first time in its history, and the outcomes are startling and indisputable. A rookie from Iowa and a commissioner with a cold, calculating vision were needed to turn the league into a reality. Nobody could have imagined how promising the future would be. The game is faster and the stakes are higher, even though the process was rife with decisions that shook the sport's basis. The questions only get more complex as we go forward. How will the next major talent be handled by the league? Will they be given the same degree of advancement and protection? Or is Caitlyn Clark the only one doing this experiment? As the club's internal dynamics continue to change, the league's rivals are keeping a close eye on it. However, one thing is evident. The WNBA has given up trying to catch up. It's establishing the tempo. After the initial shock has subsided, a new reality has emerged in which the challenging choices of today will become the norm. The league took the necessary actions to endure and prosper. It irrevocably altered the game in the process. That concludes the video for today. I appreciate you staying until the very end. I sincerely appreciate your help and time. To ensure that you never miss our most recent WNBA news, breaking stories, and exclusive updates, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the buzzer update, and activate the notification bell. Please share your opinions in the comments section below. I try to read as many comments as possible. Once again, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the upcoming thrilling video. Stay careful. Until then, be careful.